Well, I guess it's time to eat. And I wonder what kind of tasty treat is being cooked up by that totally awesome chef. It's time for the Eccentric Culinarian. It's time for the Eccentric Culinarian.
Oh, hey, hello. How are ya? Today is another day for Eccentric Culinarian. I'm Chef Prado, and we are going to be making moussaka. What's moussaka? Moussaka is a Middle-Eastern and Balkan dish consisting of 2 layers. It has a meat and red sauce layer made with tomatoes. Usually has potatoes and or eggplant as well. And then it has a top layer, which is a bechamel sauce with or without cheese. And usually those 2 layers, red on bottom, white on top, get baked in a casserole dish. You could serve it with bread, you could serve it with rice. Today we're going to be serving it with some rice. I'm going to do a Middle Eastern style rice, show you how to dress it up real pretty. And we're going to serve that with the casserole. It's going to be delicious. Enjoy. Also, big also, it's a very time-consuming dish. So this is a dish that normally can take up to 2 days. Families thin slice the ingredients and they layer it. And they put a little sauce. It's very much like a lasagna without noodles. But I adapt all my recipes to be for 4 to 5 people. And I understand that not all of us have the time to do a 2-day preparation for a meal. So I've adapted this recipe to be much quicker and yet stay traditional in its flavor and its look. And I think that it is a dish that is both consistent and delicious. I think you're going to love it. You ready? Let's do it. Just to go over the ingredients really quick, today what we'll need for the moussaka is 1 pound of ground beef, 1 diced eggplant, half of a diced white onion or yellow onion, about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I have 1 diced potato, and then here I have some bay leaves, oregano. This is 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, and of course salt and pepper is always to taste, so that's just my guidelines for this recipe. And then a heaping tablespoon of garlic. You can even put a little bit more if you like garlic. And then I have 1 large can of crushed tomatoes and a half can of tomato paste. And then I also have a 1/4 cup of some white wine. And that's going to be just the ingredients for the red sauce. And then I'll show you the ingredients for the top layer in just a moment. Once the eggplant is done cooking, we can go ahead and put it onto a paper towel to drain some of the excess liquid, like so. Alright, now that we've got our potatoes blanched and cooled down and put aside, and we've got our eggplant sauteed and put aside, we can now start the meat sauce, which will be the bottom layer of the moussaka. Alright, now here we have our ingredients for our bechamel sauce, which is going to be the top layer of our moussaka. We have 2 cups of milk. We have a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. You can use grated, you can use shredded, whichever you prefer. I have some grated on hand, so that's what I went with. I have 2½ ounces of cornstarch. I'm going to mix that with some water, make it the same color and consistency as this milk, and then add that to the sauce to thicken it. And for my seasonings, I have some garlic powder, which is how much is that? That's 1 teaspoon. And then I have a tablespoon of onion powder, a pinch of cloves, and a pinch of nutmeg. So there you go. Let's get started. put this together. Start with our red sauce. All right. And then what I like to do at this point is take some breadcrumbs and just lay a little layer of breadcrumbs right here in between everything. This will act as a protective layer between the two coats. And I found that doing that really helps. Then, just going to lay out this cream sauce on top, like so. And then we'll just take a clean spoon over here, clean spoon, and we will just spread that out nice and easy. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Until you get a nice brown crust on top, and then you're going to take it out and you're going to let it cool for about 30 to 40 minutes. Let's do it.
So what I like to do is right before I put that in the oven, I'll get my rice rinsed and get it on the oven and cooking, and then I'll put the moussaka in the oven. That way they come out right around the same time. So I rinse my rice out about 3 or 4 times. And then I put the water level to where it's, if I'm touching the top of the rice, the water should come up just below the first line of my finger. And if you do that, it'll come out perfect every time. Bring it to a boil, then cover it and lower it to low heat, or low as it can go, and let it cook for about 20 minutes. All right. there it is. Moussaka made fast and easy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think you and your family are going to love it if you've never tried it. I'm going to have some more great recipes coming up for you next time. I'm Chef Garrett. This is the Eccentric Culinarian. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.